Welcome to Beautiful Forever University. Facebook Live event today is overcoming your top 7 digital media marketing challenges. We all have marketing challenges. We all have business challenges. I'm here as a consultant for over 30 years to give you tips and hints that you can walk away today if you're there and taking notes. I used to say with a notebook, but now we have everything digital. So we're going to talk about digital media marketing. What does that mean to you? In talking to many of the practices, it means many multiple things. So if you're there and you want to type in what you think the digital media marketing means to you in your practice, I would love to hear what you're thinking. Digital media, it's a combination of all your online marketing, your social, your website, any way that people can find you in any type of marketing that you do. I'd like you to make a list of all your online marketing, everything that you're doing. Do you know if it's working, what's not working? It would be great to understand that. And today we're going to get and delve into the information on your marketing in your practice. And we're going to focus today's series on your media online, not the offline. Today we're just staying online. So we want to know what's working and what's not in your practice. I'm Cheryl Whitman, the CEO of Beautiful Forever consulting firm, and I'm very happy for you to be joining us today. I enjoy questions. I enjoy you leaving comments at any time, and you can always ask me questions at beautifulforever.com, and I look forward to hearing from you. I'm here to engage you and educate you, and I'd like to teach you how to do that in your practice and your business with your consumers. So what's working and what's not working? Well, you want to utilize digital media to your benefit. There's no question about it. And it's on a low budget. I'm not giving you some very high level, high budget things to do. Some of these things are very simple. Everything does take some time, and you do need to have some staff that will get involved. We often talk to some practices where the owners or the physicians want to do it all. It's very hard for one person to do it all. You really need a very good team behind you to make it successful and to make you a success. If you're in the operating room or you're doing procedures, we need people out front, or you need consultants to be helping you to be successful. And you need to focus. You need to write some organic content. Organic content is content that's coming from you, not something you're copying from the internet. That's the worst thing that you can be doing, is taking any information from the internet, cutting and pasting it, and putting it into your blog articles or your website. Because Google knows, and they will push you all the way down to the bottom. So what I want to teach you today is think about what it is you want to promote. What's new in your practice? What's new procedures, new products, new services, maybe even a new staff member that you want to introduce. And we want to keep the information educational. We want to educate, we don't want to sell. I'm here to educate you through Beautiful Forever University. I am very excited this summer that I was able to launch it. It's off to a start, and we're very excited about it. You can even join our membership program. It's just about ready. And in our book, Beautifully Profitable, there is many sections, especially the first section on marketing. And so in the book, you will find a lot of really good information on marketing, especially in section 1. And if you stay tuned and you want some more information on Beautifully Profitable, you can find it on Amazon, or we have a coupon code that I'm happy to offer you later, and you can purchase the ebook. So we're doing this on a low budget, and we want to increase conversion. Isn't that the bottom line to all our businesses? Whether it's B2B, business to business, or B2C, business to consumer. That's probably your business if you're listening and you have a practice or a medspa. We've helped hundreds of practices to be successful. We do hundreds of events a month. It's another topic that we will get into in a couple of weeks on Facebook Live. But you're always welcome to ask me questions about any topic, and I'm always happy to answer them. If I cannot get to your answer today, I promise I will get to your answers for sure, in the same day. For most people that know me, they know that's true. I'm very good with follow-up. So we're looking to increase our conversion. That's very valuable. We're not just looking for likes. We're not just looking for thumbs up. They're all great. We're not looking for somebody to land on our website and then be bounced off it because they're bored within 3 seconds or less. So you want that traffic to stay. You want to know what it is that they're looking for. You want to dig deeper into your metrics. What are your metrics? What are advanced metrics? How do you understand the importance of metrics? Well, the metrics are your analytics. The analytics, and you can go into the back end of even your Facebook or into your website and see the analytics. And you want to look very carefully at what is the page that people are spending the most time on. Is it your blog page? I know I spoke to Jenny yesterday and she said her blog page gets the most hits and people are on there the longest. You know what that tells me? That those blogs are interesting, that those blogs are great and people are enjoying reading them. You too could be writing blogs. Blogs are very simple, small articles. They could be 300, 500 words, 700 words. It's a short version of an article. And it's important that you look at your metrics to see that it's not only a click, it's not only a like, but that somebody is actually spending time on a page on your website or Googling a word or a phrase, and you should know what those keywords are. So when it comes to your marketing metrics, you need to look at your analytics. How many of you out there, honestly, are looking at your metrics on a regular basis? Well, I can tell you, from dealing with hundreds of practices, and we take intake forms when we talk to you, we know that most of you are not. There's a very few group of practices or med spas that are really looking at their analytics on a monthly basis. They are available to you. If you don't know how to read them, ask the person that's providing them for you, your web host. If you're still having issues, please contact us and we will help you to review and to learn where people are landing on your website, how long they're spending, and are you engaging them? And you want to take the next step. You want them to take the next step, just like I want you to take the next step now, and let me know that you're watching this Facebook Live. Whether it's right now, Wednesday's afternoon, or you're going to watch it when you get out of work tonight or this weekend. I like to know that you're there. So I would really like you to ask me comments, ask me questions, even give me ideas of what topics you'd like me to talk about in future talks. I am Cheryl Whitman. You could always reach me at cheryl@beautifulforever.com, and I welcome you to Beautiful Forever University Ongoing Education. So we want somebody to now go to our website, go to our social media, and we want them to fill in a form. We want them to do more than land on a page and then leave. We want them to sign up for a newsletter. You want them to ask you questions, just like I'm asking you the same thing. We want them to schedule a consult. We want them to come into your practice or your medi-spa. I want you to come in to my business and I would love to give you a free consultation. All you have to do is email us or go on to beautifulforever.com, and I'm very happy to give you a free half-hour consultation and see what is working for you and what's not, and where your questions are, where your challenges are. What are the key pages that people are interested in, and do you know what they are and where they're spending their time? Your blog page, it could be your before and after gallery. That is probably the number one that we see across the board. Those before and after pictures need to get better. What we see on the internet, some sites are beautiful, some sites are not as up to date, but the photographs really need some work. So you should really start working soon on your before and after photo gallery. It's very important because your photos sell. I always use the same line. A photo is worth $1 million because somebody could be sold just on the internet, not by looking at a fancy website, but by looking at your photo gallery, also by looking at your testimonials. You can increase all of those and all of those pages if you keep adding new, rich content to them on a regular basis. I'm not saying that you have to every day go onto your website and add something, but once a week, plan something, take a calendar out, and have a little bit of a marketing calendar, and plan to write a short blog. Maybe I can even get you to create something interesting on a weekly basis, if not a monthly basis, or somebody in your office to help you to do that. You're reviewing your analytics and you want to see that more and more people are actually taking action. We're finding that 50% of people coming to your website or to your practice are doing it on mobile or tablets, and 50% are doing it on their computer, on their laptops. And if you find those numbers to be different than the 50-50, I would like to know about that, because we talk to most practices and that's pretty much the statistics that we see, is that 50% are coming from the mobile. So make sure that everything is mobile friendly and mobile ready. And I asked the question, mobile versus desktop, and your numbers, because you should know where your numbers are coming from. Where are people finding you? Besides, what are they searching for? What devices are they using? Marketing to your benefit on a budget is very important. You need to have a plan. Create your plan on what you're going to do every week to add a blog, add a video. Make sure the content is organic and that it's your words, because that is the cheapest form of marketing with the highest return on investment. To me, that's almost as good as word of mouth marketing, where somebody's very, very happy and you have a happy patient, and that happy patient is coming in and referring their friends to you. There's nothing that could be better than that. So how do you grow it? How do you grow engagement? Well, it does take some time, it does take a little bit of effort. If you can't do it and your staff is not capable, then maybe you need to get somebody to come in or somebody virtually to help you. We help hundreds of practices with their social media. We even help you to write content. We even create ebooks and ghostwrite books for you if that's something that you're interested in talking about further. But educational materials are what we really are looking for. Good content, educational videos are the number one, and they really are what's going to get you to the top of the search engines more than paying anybody anything. Remember, your website is important, but what really is it? Your website is your brochure on your line. Your website is there, you need it. But you also need additional information, additional content. You need landing pages to be created. You need some unique, interesting ideas to be worked on, and we can help you with that. But the educational videos you can do yourself. 1 minute, really simple videos. Come up with a topic, and in your office, just like I'm sitting here now, sit at your desk and write a script, a very simple script, 1 minute, and practice. Just talking to the camera as if you're talking to somebody, or if you have a hard time talking into the camera, which I find easier also, is talking to or interviewing somebody else. Interview a happy patient for a testimonial. Any of the above works. But these 1 minute intro videos should start with introducing who you are and your credentials and what you're the expert in, why people should come to you. What makes you stand out opposed to anybody else? There's lots of competition around the corner from all of us, unless you're in the middle of South Dakota where there might not be as much. But you want to add each week a little bit of the content and a little bit of information that'll help you to grow as the expert. And you might even get in touch with your local media and let them know what it is that your videotape is about, send them a link to it, and then start promoting individual procedures, new equipment maybe that you brought into the practice. Maybe you're having an event and you want to talk about the event. Anything that you want to talk about that's going on in your practice, you should actually be videotaping. 1 minute video, 2 minute video max. Does not have to be lengthy. I'm educating in a longer period of time. I'm trying to keep these down. It's not easy. I could talk about these subjects for 3 days. But you want to grow your online reputation and you want to grow your testimonials. Your videos are a great way to do them. And also ask your patients for testimonials and videos. There is nothing wrong with you having a happy patient in your office and you say to them, can we do a 1 minute quick video? What you just told me, can I get that in writing, or can you do that in a video? And most patients will be more than happy to do that. But before they leave your office, don't forget, they need to fill in a form that gives you approval to use their video or their testimonial, especially if their name and their face is on it. So be very cautious and make sure that you have all the proper forms to fill in. Check with your front desk, because your reputation is very important. Added testimonials just of happy patients. What else can we ask for? Great photo galleries, good information and content, good education, and excellent testimonials. You won't have to spend a whole lot of money on marketing, that's for sure. Remember that everything links back to your website. So if you're doing a video and you want to put it out there on your social media, you want to create a free YouTube channel, that's all great. Start out with it on your website and link it to your LinkedIn, link it to your YouTube channel. You want everything to link back to your website so you are getting people back to your business. And you've got to really take a very good look at your rankings. Where do you rank? You want to help yourself up in the rankings. You want to educate existing patients on benefits of procedures that you offer and why you're the expert, why they should come to you. What is your unique selling proposition? People want to know, why am I coming to this doctor? Remember, the average patient, or I could say the average woman, calls at least 3 or 4 different doctors or goes for consults. The other important thing is, doing all of this marketing is great, but if the person picking up the phone is not responsive and is not following up, then you're missing out somewhere. And that's where we often do mystery phone calls. And you can do your own mystery phone calls. In our book, Beautifully Profitable, we actually have samples, press releases you can use to promote your marketing and your videos. We also have mystery shopping questionnaire that you can use in our exhibits. And those mystery shopping visits or phone calls are like report cards. And it's really nice when you're able to know what people are thinking. And you don't want to give it to somebody that somebody's going to recognize their voice or send somebody into your practice. So it has to be somebody who understands the business but is a stranger and the people in your practice don't really know who they are. So you can go on to Beautifully Profitable on Amazon and the book is available. The ebook is available on the book's website. And there is a discount code, LIVE, L-I-V-E, for the ebook, and you can save $10. And I love feedback on the book and testimonials on the book, because that's part of growing my business, just as I'm telling you. But you cannot duplicate any copy from another website. Please remember that. You need to also remember that right now, it's much more than a website. You need to start creating landing pages with unique URLs. And you can also have unique phone numbers. So when people are calling in, you can track where and which ads they're coming from. A lot of the time, we will go into a practice and analyze what's going on in the marketing, and nobody knows, nobody's tracking anything. So tracking is very important to know where people are coming from. How did they hear about you? That's really important. We want to know that. I want to know how you heard about me. Not just that it was on Google or on the internet. Maybe you saw one of my live videos. Maybe you've read my book or you heard me speak at one of the meetings. Matter of fact, I look forward to seeing you at the ASPS in September in California. And if you're going to be there, I would love to set up an appointment to meet with you. So everything needs a call to action. What is your call to action? What is it that you want your patients to do? You want them to come in for a consult? You want them to call you, email you questions? You must let people know what is the call to action. My call to action for you is I would love questions, I'd love comments. And I would also like time to talk to you on the phone about your challenges that you're having in your marketing. And I often get people text messaging me and sharing my information, and that's great. I love it, and I thank you in advance. But I do continue to ask you to ask me questions as well as to leave me comments. But you want to build trust and loyalty and educate. You don't want to sell. I say that all the time, and I say that often because it's something I think that really needs to resonate, that is important. And this is what you need to teach your staff: education. Everybody wants to be educated. Nobody wants to be sold, except for the used car salesman, of course. But the spotlight is on your business. So we're working in our businesses. Are we working in our businesses too much that we can't step aside and step out of our businesses to really see what is really going on? Are we working too hard to take a step back and look at our businesses? I'm probably guilty of that too. Are you? Do you have enough free time? Are you making enough money? I don't want to sound like them multi-level marketing companies, but the truth is that we all need to have a life. We need to learn how to balance our lives. And you need to look at your business with maybe a magnifying glass and see really what is going on. Who is representing you? And are they representing you in the right way? Do they need more training? So see what your team is accomplishing and who is leading that team. And who do you hold responsible? It's really very important for you to think about that. Who do you hold responsible in your practice if the phone is not ringing? Or if the phone is ringing and the leads are not being qualified? That is a huge problem. You know, we don't want you to go and, put things out on the internet that are super cheap discounts where you're underselling everybody. You don't want to be that person. Sometimes you have lost leaders. That's fine. I understand that, and we can help you with that. You can create your own marketing programs. But you do need to know that it's important that people understand who's responsible for what in your practice, that they're tracking the leads and they are following up. Beautiful Forever is really proud to present very shortly our Rejuvenation Network, and we will be sending qualified leads directly to the practices, and that is going to be very valuable. We have a team of nurses that have been trained for many years who will call within 5 minutes of a woman filling out a survey on vaginal rejuvenation, and then they will follow up with them and they will call your practice if you're within our network. So if you're interested in getting involved with the Rejuvenation Network, you can get on board early because it is limited and we are not taking everybody. It's not for every practice. So we have to make sure you're qualified for our program. So we want to see what you are accomplishing. I want you to do your homework. I want you to follow up with your team. And I know that digital media marketing is really important, but what's more important is that you take a very, very good look at what's going on in your practice, in your marketing, and in your budget. And you want to be successful. The only way you can make things happen is if you track them and you communicate your goals with your staff. One of the issues is not enough time with the staff to have meetings. One of the reasons that I created the book, Beautifully Profitable, actually was to have meetings in your practice. Pick any topic, pick any page, and start a 15-minute, even once a month, marketing meeting. And the practices that have done that have been very successful and have been thrilled that they have the book as their guide and their tool. So you can always go to Amazon and get the Beautifully Profitable book. You need to communicate with your staff that you're going to have meetings. They need to read a chapter or a page and make it something that's mandatory. Get everybody involved in your marketing, in your practice. But you need to communicate your goals, number one, with your staff, especially with your office manager, but with all of your staff, not just your office manager. And we want to help you to get to your next level in success, and we want to help you get into the right mindset that you have everybody on board, but you must take the lead. There has to be a leader in a practice. If you don't have enough staff, you can give us a call, we can help you, but you really do need to have somebody to take charge and somebody to lead and have a plan. And you have to follow a plan, and you have to focus. One of the issues that we have, honestly, is we work with very intelligent practices and med spas and staffs, but they're not focused because there's so many things coming through every day thrown in front of them. Whether it's the internet, whether it's questions, whether it's good or bad, issues with the patients and dealing with the day-to-day workload. I understand it's a lot. There's no question. I give you a lot of credit and I tell you to keep up the good work, but you need to have somebody designated if you don't have the time. So you really need to look at your day and really allocate time for marketing. And you want to keep people accountable for those that you're promoting. So if you do nothing more than follow a few of the tips that I'm giving you in the next 24 hours, you will see an incredible engagement and growth in your practice, and also your team will be much more engaged. And I think if you learn just a little bit from me today, I will be very, very happy. But I want to know every day that you're doing steps and you're getting a little bit further. I know a lot of you out there have gotten burned by companies that didn't know what they were doing. They couldn't really help you or guide you. We can help you, we can guide you, we can even help implement. And you can go to beautifulforever.com. I have blogs, articles, videos, and I would love your feedback, and there's lots of education out there. So I want to make sure that moving forward that you stay tuned to our Beautiful Forever Live University educational programs every other Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't be surprised if I just pop up one day and I might have a great interview or behind the scenes that I might be talking about. And I'd love to hear your views and your takes on what it is that you think I should be teaching and talking about. I would love to do that. But your video testimonials, everybody try to get one up in the next month. Make it a goal. By September, you'll get a testimonial video up. You'll get a small video introducing yourself on your website up. I'd love you to send it to me, Cheryl at beautifulforever.com. I'd love to see what you are doing and how you are accomplishing your 1 or 2 minute videos. So be clear with your message, stay on target, and make sure that you have your brand involved, your logo, your colors. Well, I can't say that this orange is my color. We're really very blue, but I'm in Cape Cod right now, and this is the office that I'm working in, so I'm not going to change the paint for a couple of months. But I want to engage you. I want to teach you to engage your audience with your clear message. And remember, you need to have a call to action. What is it that you want people to do after they listen to you or they've met you? And create a statement, a positioning statement. What differentiates you from everybody else out there? Almost like an elevator speech, if you want to look at it that way. Well, I look forward to the next Facebook Live, which is the 31st of August. I can't believe it's on. And I look very much forward to hearing from you and answering your questions. I'm running out of time right now. I'm sorry I didn't get right to your questions, but I will get to them soon after. And have a wonderful day, and I look forward to you tuning in to Beautiful Forever Aesthetic Consulting on Facebook. And if there's any questions or you want to see any of the archive videos, go to beautifulforever.com. Have a great day.